So Demetrius Johnson took to social media and publicly asked Conor McGregor. Of course, Conor McGregor wasn't in the room with him when he asked this, but he's, you know, talking to Conor as if Conor was in the room. But he asks why Conor even wants to fight again, and it's a question many MMA fans have probably been asking for quite a while. It's even a question I revisit sometimes. Not much after the whole RAPE accusation and court ruling. But you know, other things as well as lifestyle stuff like that. Either way, Demetrius Johnson raises a good point about Conor McGregor and about whether or not he'll return after the whole situation with the RAPE case. I'm not going to say the full word because of the whole YouTube appropriateness stuff. But after that, a lot of people were certain that Conor would never return to the octagon again. I was especially certain about that. But fast forward, like a week, a number of days now, Conor is still posting on Twitter certain things, hyping up his past performances, the regular shit he would post. And the hate has very quickly returned back to support and love from Conor fans. And the question is still being asked, surprisingly. So I guess the whole case and court ruling didn't have much effect. And, I guess it's still possible. To me, it's impossible, but it's still. I guess it's still possible to some people. But I agree with the necessity and authenticity of Demetrius Johnson's question, which is, if I were to ask Conor if Conor was right in front of me now, the question would be the question I'd ask is the same thing. Why still fight again? Why would you still want to fight? You already have more money than anybody could hope to earn in their entire life. Your grandchildren, your great grandchildren are set, and another fight in the UFC would only make you a fraction of what you're worth today. But in that same sense, I could also give what I would believe to be Conor's exact response to this question, which I think would definitely be, the allure of the octagon, of the UFC, the screaming of the fans, the bright lights, the walkout music, the performance, being out there again. It's Conor has surpassed money. He surpassed fighting in the octagon because of the money. Now it's a new level of desire. Now it's a desire for the sport itself, for the experience and not so much the fight purse. Now it is about, like I said, the scream of the fans, the walkout song, the pressure beforehand, the fight camp, the fight in its actuality, likely also the pain you feel throughout the fight, and the victory speech, the crowd reaction, the announcer's reaction, every little memorable piece and part of the fight game and of a fighter's experience in the fight game. I imagine that is what Conor would say in a response to Demetrius Johnson's question. And while that's all good and fun and honorable, all the things that one would miss about the fight game, you also have to think about where you are right now. And that's not just what I would say to Conor. It's what I'd say to many MMA fighters currently in the UFC who are 40 years old plus. Because we're starting to see this pattern of a lot of retired UFC fighters wanting to make a return to the UFC. Cowboy Cerrone, Jorge Masvidal, Tyron Woodley, to name a few. And it's not a good move. It's not a good move. We just saw Uh, who do we just saw? We saw Chris Weidman. Um, we saw Weidman come out. You know, that's a I wouldn't say quite a UFC legend, but a former champion at middleweight. Um, he came out and he looked pretty washed. So it's just when you hit that age, man. You know, for a lot of fighters, maybe there's a rare few that can still perform well at that age, but most of them have just lost it all. The athleticism, the power, even the drive. You know, maybe they have the drive leading up to the fight, but when the fight's actually happening, the drive goes out the fucking window. Um, but the same thing I'm saying to Connor's, like I said, it's what I said. It's what I would say to many retirees who are wanting to make a return to the octagon. But the same thing to Conor, and I know Conor is not that old yet, and I'd imagine he still has a lot he still has a lot of energy and strength to dedicate to the sport. It's just about his lifestyle. That's purely what it's about. It's purely the bottom line about this whole situation and any question involving Conor and him returning to the octagon. It's about Conor's lifestyle because Conor's rich and the money thing is a point. You know, Conor has a lot of money, so why would he need more? But like I said, there's a valid answer to that, and that is Conor missing everything about the experience of the fight game, you know, aside from the money. But the bottom line to all of it is there's no reaching that experience without a total change of Conor's lifestyle, which currently consists of booze, cocaine, partying, fighting during the parties, um, just, you know, a lot of immoral choices, a number of which involving other women, um, a lot of things that will only put him farther and farther away from a chance at uh, returning to the octagon. So overall, I found Demetrius Johnson's question to raise a really good point for me to speak on, and that is just, you know, once again about Conor and where he's at in life. I've made a couple videos about Conor so far, but yeah, this one is just, you know, it's kind of an update with the whole Conor thing because Conor's still posting. Conor's still, you know, on camera. He may not be the spokesperson for Proper 12 anymore, but he's still got that other fucking alcohol company, something stout, Irish stout or something stout. I forget the name of it, but you know, it's another alcohol company thing that he's running or representing. So he's got another one. Um, but he's still there. He's still in the public image. He's still in front of the cameras, and I'd be surprised if the UFC lets him back in, but maybe they will. Maybe he'll return to the octagon. But for me, as you all know and have known for quite some time, I firmly believe that Conor McGregor will never return to the octagon again, especially given his current lifestyle choices and the huge situation that he is still under and also very much associated with. But yeah, you know, I miss the fighter that Conor was and the person that Conor was when fighting years ago. And like I said, I feel that person is long gone, and there are still memories of him at that stage in life that can still be watched and cherished for time to come. But let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, but most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next.